This is the business we call show. Welcome to
Confessions of a Desi Drama Queen. So, guys, we're
doing something new. We're going to tell you what this episode is about because we realize that we just are growing up and we want to give you guys a better podcast experience. And so we think that you guys might like this. And if you like it, dude, I'm glitching. If you like it, now we sound scary.
Okay, well, if you like it,
you let us know. And if you don't,
let us know.
Also, disclaimer about our podcast in general. As we were recapping the things that this episode ended up being about, we realized that we walked away from it feeling like it was a wonderful,
phenomenal, like, we really broke down walls. We're really, like, putting out there. What a good episode.
That little thing you added in, nice. That little thing you added in, nice. We're like,
we're being so yourself and free.
Then we talked about what we actually talked about, and I was like, I could see someone listening and being like 20 minutes in, like they're still trying to get through the story about a house, and like I could see someone being like, what the fuck is like and Amna goes, the point of the whole thing,
the actual point of what
she was like, it doesn't exist. Tell them what you told me.
There is literally no point to this podcast. This is the most pointless podcast there is.
This should be our intro.
We are talking about nothing. The point here is not to educate, not to teach, not to, expand. Well, you can expand.
I mean, but like we're trying to give you Big Sister vibes, but it is only that serious.
Yes, it is only as serious as we are sitting in a circle in someone's teal bedroom
with my dog,
with a dog, with a hookah.
You what we would talk about,
literally,
if you weren't here.
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is just for like a safe space for Desi girls to talk their shit.
And hear, yes, exactly, and feel heard and seen. And that's actually it. So if you're waiting for some kind of purpose or point, or it's not going to happen. And also, that's the best part of it. And also, just calm your anxieties. I know it's there. I hear you. Calm your anxieties. Just go for the fucking ride. And then you'll have a good time.
Ride this journey.
So maybe we are teachers.
Maybe we are full of wisdom.
Maybe.
And maybe there is a point.
After all.
Maybe there's a point after all, you guys.
And that's the big and short of it.
Yes. So,
I don't even think that was the right quote. But yeah. Okay.
So, with that being said, today's pointless agendas were, oh my God. So, I tried to tell you guys about how Saga and I went to floor&DECOR.
Amna's renovating.
We got tile. I'll leave it at that.
We take a lot of turns through that. We get into family. We get into Hafsa moved to New York.
Hafsa moved to New York. Auctions.
We get into auctions. Southern Texas auctions at that.
Yep. Aunties and Taco Bell.
Don't ask too many questions.
You're going to find out. And ride the wave, ladies. Ride the wave. Ladies into the one guy.
Ladies, we know you're out there.
Yeah, I know.
Rahul. We talk Bollywood.
We talk Bollywood. We talk
Bollywood intimacy.
And we talk about how much skin is too much skin. And on what end of what spectrum?
A 1 to 10.
Yeah. And we
did math this episode. There's a scale, 1 to 10.
Yes.
Where do we all land?
Yes. Where we are going, where we are landing, how we feel about it, how we'll get there.
So, but the whole thing is clothing and modesty and how liberal or not and our experiences. And that's a good juicy segment. So we really want to hear what you think.
Yeah.
And your thoughts and your experience about that.
Absolutely. And we talked about what it means to be described as a girl.
What the fuck?
Why? Why? With that. In this episode, we described each other with a lot of love, and you were saying only a woman. episode and tell us what you think. Don't look at me.
I remember that now.
That's what we talked about. Love you guys. Please enjoy.
So what's the first thing we're talking about?
Okay, I can update with what's going on with the house.
Yeah.
What we just did. Okay, so this week, Sana came with me to floor&DECOR because my entire existence has been floor&DECOR.
Also, I've never, ever in my life been to a floor&DECOR, and I've never in my life heard someone say floor&DECOR. The amount of times I've heard Amna say floor&DECOR in the last couple weeks. In my whole life,
I've never had to say those words together so much in my whole life. No, my entire existence, I was telling Sana, I haven't even shopped for clothes. Like, I'm not doing anything. I mean, it is fun, but like, it's just so consumed my life in a good way. Like, I'm like itching for it, and I'm like,
with what?
With completing the project, like completing
the house.
Yeah, I'm saying the project, but I'm saying like it's been so long since I've completed a project that I feel like alive for. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is life. This is what it means to be alive. Like,
I have
purpose.
Yeah,
I have meaning. I have like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? And it feels like such a big thing. Also because leaving this condo, I feel like had we moved a year ago, it would be very. And we almost did. There was that one time, you guys, like, we had put a down payment, everything. I was like, I'm buying this house. This was like 2 years ago, maybe. And I was like, I saw it, and the day of, it was way overpriced. But I was like, I don't care. I love it. And it wasn't like a crazy home. Like, we're obviously.
You just felt like it was your home.
It just felt like it had everything we needed. And it was right next to a park, and it was so cute, and it was so, like, you know. And I was just so mad. Like, I'm always hold on to the past, and I'm like, I miss it. I grieve for her.
That's a bit of girls' nostalgia.
Yeah. So I and every time we would house hunt after that, I always be like, I don't like that one though. And so then, where was I even going with this?
The house stuff.
No, but where was I? Oh no, I was gonna say that if I had moved at that point in time in my life. And when we had put the payment down, we had put down an offer, they accepted it. We were literally going to sign the contract the next day, and then someone outbid us by like a crazy number, and we were like, yeah.
Dude, also, the emotions involved.
It's so tumultuous.
Sound like the way a heartbreak
it is. Feel. And it feels so like, I don't know, in my mind, I always feel this, and I'm just like way too cocky. When you go to see a house, like it's with a realtor, right? You're not seeing the person who lives in the house. And I'm always like, if I could just have coffee with them, if the person who lived in this house gave me the tour, I really think I could I think I could get them to want me to live there.
You know, I recently have heard of multiple people and a TikTok where they talked about how they were outbid by people for their house, and because they felt it in their bones. So one of them was Jackie Aina.
Oh,
and she was like, and I just like I knew it was my house. Like, it's like that moment. Like, I can't wait to feel that moment of like, oh, it's kind of like what you feel with a guy.
Yeah.
Like, I remember early. Like, even though I was like, this may not turn into anything, there's a part of me that was like, Muzi is it. I think he's it. Like, I think he's, you can like, you like immediately can like envision a life with that person.
I'm just,
Oh, yeah. And then for this, it's like you can immediately envision your whole
life there.
Home.
And here's the thing. I love the letter idea, but I feel like I can't express myself in words better than I can show the enthusiasm I have for another person's home. Because
you're like, I'm visual.
No, because when I'm up this, he's very stoic, and he's been really trying to teach me that lesson recently, where he's like, Amna, you go in, and like I'll see a counter that I love, and I'm like, this is stunning. Did you guys get this from Italy? She's so cute. I'm like, I'll just imagine every morning I'm gonna wake, and he's like, I'm gonna stop in front of like whoever it is, like, right?
They're like, he's like, they don't even have to sell it.
You're
selling it to the neighbor.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm not like, be poker face, like calm down. Even when we're looking at houses with a realtor, she doesn't even live there. And he's like, I'm gonna tone down the enthusiasm, because I'll be out loud being like, okay. And then I'm going to put a jacuzzi here. Then up this in the morning when I get my tea, we'll have a little marble station here. Like, I'll start like reimagining my whole life, cosplaying fully in this other person's house 100%. With my realtor next to me.
There's no other way.
There's no other way to describe it.
How else is there? How else do you feel like that home is your home?
He gets so mad. So I feel like if the person Sorry, did I just interrupt you?
No.
Oh, I don't know why I just thought I interrupted you. But I feel like the person, like, because the house that I really liked, they had stained glass doors. And I remember so vividly being like, oh, these are gorgeous doors. And the realtor was like, yeah, I think the husband did it. And I was like, oh my God, Abdus, we are not changing these. These
are sentimental.
And when we were like bidding out for the house, and again, this is not my house. This is a house we lost. We thought we were going to get. We had put an offer and they accepted it. And then when they said there was another offer, I'm like, did you tell them? I swear to God, Wallah, I was like, did you tell them that I'm not going to take out the doors? Like, did you tell them that I really want to preserve the dignity of the home? If her husband...
Like, I love the home for what it is.
Yeah, and then I'm like, what if her husband's an asshole? And she's like, no, I want to get rid of... You know what I mean? So I'm like... And like, I saw a cross in the house, and I'm like, tell them, we are a family of God. We are godly people. And we just want to start a family, you know, like, we're just, I think if I could just convey that to you, I think you would be really like, yes, you should live here.
No, if you could give your Oscar-winning speech, there's
I could just
not a fucking dry face in the room. Everyone would be tears. Everyone would be, and then you could say, and thank you. Curtain closed.
If someone was looking at my house, I'm almost having FOMO that I can't give a tour of my own home when people come to look at it. Because God. I feel like if I was giving a tour, if I was giving a tour, or if I overheard, like I'm like hiding in the closet, and I overheard some girl, a cute ass girl, being like, "Oh my God, I love this. I want to keep this." I would be up here.
You'd be in the back from the closet, like,
"Thank you." I'd be like, Allah, give her a good life. You know, like I would be so happy. So I just am very vocal about what I like.
Especially you're horny for home decor.
I am. Dude, the first time I went to Moosie's house, all right, I must have only just dropped some off.
Yeah.
We're like, this is years ago.
We're like early 20s.
We're early 20s. And I'm like, Sana, this is a really nice neighborhood. I love that everyone has a different fence. Like, I'm like,
I was like, dude, I just need to get to my boyfriend's house. Like, I don't care. Yeah, is it? Okay,
faster.
Cool.
And I'm like slowing down. I'm like, look at that awning. I know that.
So I use like like her dad literally is a dad that like walks with his hands like
no, and my dad and I as a pastime, I like it's all now coming back to me because my dad and I as a pastime would go to open houses. Like he just saw it on Sundays. Like if there's an open house, we're walking into that house.
Actually, I remember coming to Dallas and Kala and Amna's dad, Kalu. Why did I say it, Kala? Kala and her husband. Honestly, that is what it'd be like.
Honestly, that is what it is. I might as well just say it's full government name.
Kala and Asim. I'm crying. I lived in this man's home. He's fed me for months.
Anyways,
he's just a man.
He's just a boy at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, exactly. So, anyways, what was my point?
I said open house, and then you were saying,
oh yes, we would be in Dallas, and Amna and I'd be like, guys, we're going to the mall, like dressed up, like heels on, like done a photo shoot on the balcony. We're like ready to go out to get like $20 worth of clothes, and her parents would be like, oh, we're going to like an estate. They would go to like auctions.
My family loved auctions.
Sorry, not estate sales. They would go to auctions.
Yeah, it was like a fun, like we would just go to go.
First of all, how cute and Southern to go to these big ass.
Dude, and the decor was like it wasn't like even like, oh, this is a really nice dresser.
Guys,
it's like outlandish. It's like a clown holding up a dresser. Like it's like crazy Vegas shit. And they're like,
it's like lobby types, like the stuff that's in hotel.
It was
lobbies,
very interesting,
and like it's just so fucking cool. Yeah, they would spend so much time there.
All I'm to say is, yeah, I'm horny for houses. Like I love that shit. Eat that shit up. I love looking at like, I don't know, random molding people decide or what. Like I just love when I walk into a house and I see people's like.
Yeah, you see it come to life, which is like, why you're like, you should have just. But anyways, the house you're doing now, you get to do that.
Oh yes, so yeah. So,
it's sending me.
So, with the house we're doing now, Now, okay, I'm just so excited because I genuinely didn't think this day would come. I'm like, I'm just gonna live here forever.
She's on her period.
I am. I was telling Sana that I know my period was starting because it started yesterday because I went to pick up meat from the grocery store and the uncle was praying Namaz next to the counter and I literally started crying. I was like, oh my God, he's working so hard. He's working so hard. And he's,
Dude, when I do see like older uncles, even aunties, when we were in Hawaii, the lady that was like the cleaning lady in the hallway, she was so nice and she was like, such a cute little old lady. And I was like, please, you go to the beach.
Yeah, I'll stay here. Dude, I felt that way when I moved to Chicago and I realized how many, because in the South, if you're from any southern state, like, yes, there's a lot of Desi people. And yes, there's Desi people working at the stores. Like, there's Desi people everywhere. But when you go to places like New York, Chicago, like bigger cities, it's like in Dallas, it's not a common sighting to see a Desi auntie working the drive-thru at a Taco Bell or something. Mm-hmm. That's like just not what you might see it like once in a blue moon, once every so often. Or you might know like there's like a handful, unless it's a halal joint. Yeah. But like here, I feel like in bigger cities, there's a lot more like
working class Desi.
Like, yeah, like you're working at a drive-thru or you're working as a whatever it is. And the first few times I saw like older Desi aunties like taking my Taco Bell order, I was like, what do you want? Because let's switch. I don't like that. I was like, so like, man, like,
no,
auntie, you know what I mean?
So tired, it's cold out.
Know. But anyways, we veered left. So with this house,
have the water, please, if you can reach it.
With this house,
you got this.
There
Beautiful.
Okay. So with this house,
this is like quite refreshing.
I'm so glad.
I'm gonna keep it on my side. With this house.
Oh yeah, so with this house, you guys, my number one, like the bane of my existence and where I've been having so much decision fatigue, like I'm so stumped, is my kitchen floors and our like primary bathroom, because it's not attached to our bedroom, so it's like our main bathroom that everyone's gonna use. Because it's my house now, so I get to like have fun with it. But like there is such thing as too much creative freedom because I just go blank, and that's not a sensation I'm used to when it comes to this specific topic. So it's like, I guess I just don't know anything, and I really wanted the checkered floor. Anyways, so I was like, Sana, you have to come with me because I'm like 80% there, 90% there. I just need that little like.
It's like anything that's your own. Like when you look at it for too long, you're like, I need someone objective because the color, everything starts bleeding in together, and you're like, I need someone with a fresh set of eyes with anything,
literally with anything.
Look at it too long, it'll drive you like stir crazy.
But it just worked out beautifully because we came to this like discovery together where
oh my God,
I discovered like as our floor and decor also our floor and decor experience, we might as well have been in Pakistan.
You guys, this is the most insane experience
and
I've
it's
ever
not
had in my
I've
life.
been going at least twice a week, once a week for the last 2-3 weeks, so I've never got treated like that in my life.
So I pick up Amna, we go to the floor and decor closest to her. Mind you, like we look put together, but like
we're in like sweats.
Yeah, like I'm like we're like in home. We're not like we're pretty bummy. We're like in normal clothes. So it's not like we were like dressed up in there that we're getting extra attention or anything. But like everyone that worked there was like every 3 seconds, like it was like swarming. And I was like, has it been a long time since I've been in a store where people have tried to be helpful, or is this like very overwhelming? And then
no, they're offering us water.
Yeah.
They're giving us like pen and paper.
They're like, can we bring it? Like, and not just like it was like every like 3 to 4 minutes, you guys, and someone would check in and tell us and ask us what, like, just like really like invested in our experience. And then we get offered water, and then they're like, are you sure it's cold water?
Yeah.
I'm like, cold water? I say no. The next man comes over. Few minutes later, we're like deciding on the grout color, and we're like, all right, dude, we went full like builder mode.
We're like, we wonder why they came up to us. We did a full scan first. We went through every aisle because I needed Sana to see, and I was like going over like, okay, this is what I've decided for the cabinets, blah blah blah. We're going over the game plan. Then there's like a moment where I just let her roam free. Like she's like 1 second. She's like calculating, and she's just like scanning the room, and I'm like, okay, this is what brought her. I don't have to over explain. Let me just take a step back. And then we go to the shower tile that I did pick, that I had to switch the whole thing. And then I wanted it for the walls, and I was doing the shower. So then I need to find another tile. And so I thought I was going to do green, but now I'm doing different colors in green. I don't know what color. we go to the thing we do have figured out, and they like move the frame for us. And now we have like 6 different color tiles on the main tile.
Because they basically had this like big slab of marble on these rollers, and we were behind it, fully builder mode, like pencil behind the ear. We're locked in. I have 1 foot up. We're like looking at colors and numbers, and we're writing everything down. We're like
leaning on our knees.
No, literally, we're giving literal builders.
We're holding like Sana's taking photos to be like, okay, with flash, it would look like this. Without flash, it would look like this.
Yeah, against different and and then they just keep
coming to us, and they're like,
second time the man offered cold water, I was like, you know what, I will take the cold water. We leave. I was telling Muzi about this, and he's like, that's weird. Like, did they go get it from their break room? Like, who the fuck? He's like, that's not like a floor and decor thing, but it did feel like Pakistan.
It literally, we were like, dude, at this point, bring a soda and like some snacks. Like, that's
the second time I was like, you know what, I will take some water. You know, that would be nice. And then I'm like, why did we get rid of these customs? Like, it's so nice.
I took the paper. I took the paper. I took the pen. I was like, I could shit that on my phone. But I was like, no, I'll write it down. You're right.
And like, you know what an experience.
What an experience we're having. And my husband was like, they're just doing that because you guys are girls and they're trying to upcharge you. I'm like, it's floor and decor. It's a fixed price.
It's like, a fixed price.
It's a fixed price.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's
right.
Still, that's why in Pakistan, I like going to the mall. Because it's a fixed price. No one's...
Oh my God,
you know what I mean?
love the thrill of it all. The will they, won't they?
One time I called Kainat, our friend, I'm saying her phone. One time I called our friend Kainat, and I put her on FaceTime, and I turned it around, and she was bargaining for me.
Through FaceTime?
FaceTime on Devon. Because she had told me to go to that auntie, and she had gotten stuff from there before, and then I was like, I called Kainat, and I'm like, Kainat, this is what she said, and then I turned it around, and Kainat's like, Auntie Abua, and she's like saying what it is, that she's like, no, aapne mujhe itna kaha, like you said this much for me,
was she,
so
like serious about it?
Yeah, she like walked in,
dude,
and it's not like I texted her being like, hey, I'm going, like willy nilly on the spot, like she's my mom. I'm like, can you talk to her? She said, actually. Like, I can't. In Pakistan, I got close. Yeah, she got it done. But in Pakistan, I got close. But anyways, yeah. So we were like, we were just having a time. And then I went back after Sana left because she had to leave. But I went in with headphones this time and like not the same experience. But one of the guys, like this really sweet older man, he was like, was that your sister? I was like, she's my cousin. And he was like, well, thank your cousin for coming in. And I hope she had a lovely day. And I texted Sana, I'm like, you've left a lasting impression here. Like, even for me, let's get back to the main story. So Sana's doing her thing, you know, analyzing shit, and
we're having so much fun. Also, Floor and Decor's like team, whoever is deciding like the vibes, they literally had like J-Lo playing.
Dude, they had the Love Island theme song playing when I went there.
They did?
Yeah, and I was like having like a weird PTSD reaction. I was like, what's happening?
My love don't cost. And I was like, Amna.
They know their audience.
They know their audience. Like,
30-something-year-old women.
We're like, literally every song was such a bop. It felt like directed to us.
They're like giving us water, changing the music. Yeah. We're like, what? The vibes in here are great.
We walked out with nothing, by the way.
No, we walked out with very important decisions made.
You're so right. We
did walk out with something.
We made a lot of decisions.
Yeah, we made a lot. No, we made all the decisions I needed to make that day. This whole episode is about my one tile.
Like, wait.
I swear, guys, we're almost done. But, okay. So, we're looking at tiles. Sana helps me pick a tile. Hopefully, it looks really good. I know it will look really good. Oh, it's going to look really good. But what I discovered in the midst of watching her free like that, in like an environment like that, Sana is really good about color. Like, she'll look at a color, and it's because you do, like, hair and makeup, you've been doing it on other people and yourself for so long, but she'll be like, she'll be like, okay, if this, because I was like, I have this floor figured out, I just need to know what tile correlates. She'll be like, this one pulls out the gray tones, do you want to lean more warm tones? And then this one pulls out, like, this tone, and I'm like, oh. And literally, in her 1 hour, we chose my kitchen tiles.
Yeah, dude.
And the bathroom tiles.
Leave it to a woman to tell you something about yourself. You know what I mean? The like, what an observation.
Oh.
I was literally with Muzi asked me something. Oh, like, you don't like, oh my God, what did he ask me? And I was like, you've known me for 15 fucking years. Why don't you answer your own fucking question? Like, why do you not know the answer to that? And I'm out with my cousin for one afternoon, and she's like, so I really learned that lifelong skill of yours that I'm noticing has been a pattern in your whole life is this beautiful ability for you to have color theory, blah, blah, blah. That's what she said to me.
Yeah.
I was like, this is real love.
No, like, absolutely. I'm like, I don't know how we have. And I told Sana, I was like, ever since I realized that, I can't not see you do that with
I
everything.
know, and then we kept catching me do it.
Yeah,
other things
like even her makeup today, she was like, "I did my makeup. It looks too like warm. I'm gonna like switch up the concealer for this tone and
really
blah blah blah."
me,
and I'm like on my like fourth pink, like.
And then Amna looks at me and she's like, "Yeah, color theory." I was like, "Oh
yeah,
my God."
The mics. I'm like, Sana, we should label one mic because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like we've been having some mic issues and. I don't know.
If you guys have noticed that to montage of us like screaming around the room, like can't figure it out. Like,
you hear like a, that's me. Like it's just chaos. But I was like, yeah, we need to label the one that doesn't work. And she's like, no, one's black, one's gray. And you guys, I'm looking at them right now, and I'm like, they're both black. I'm confused. Like I don't understand. So, and then we've learned that I'm more shades. I can understand shades.
So. We learned that basically Amna, like, basically together, we're a superpower. Is what you're not understanding is together, we could literally rule the world.
Yeah.
But what we learned is Amna is good at, like, structurally. So when you think of it from the house perspective, her, like, strong suit is figuring out in a space with the budget available, especially what decisions need to be made quickly on where things will go, where they'll fit, what's the right proportions and size, and where everything structurally is going to go and how the layout is going to sit. And she's really good about, if it sways from what she knows in her gut is a good way to do it, she'll be like, no. And she's risky with it, but in the right way. And then for color, we were in Michigan a year ago. In October, and one day we'll really tell you guys about this like experience we had. But we were in this dome thing. It was fall time, and we were experiencing nature in a say what you're gonna say. Sorry. No. Say.
We were experiencing nature like we're in a snow globe. Like we are. You couldn't have
like a Pixar movie in a snow globe.
It's like neon red, neon orange, neon green everywhere. We're really having a time. A time. But one even would then,
say a trip.
You could call it a journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in that experience, we were talking about how Amna's brain experienced it in the way. Is this going to make sense to anyone?
It might unfortunately make too much sense. You know what I mean?
But like just the way that you experienced the world was like in line with what we just discovered about you, and the way I experienced the world was in line with the color theory. So it just like delusionally reinforced what we just discovered,
basically. But at the time, we didn't even like realize that was like a skill that the other person had. Exactly. You know what I mean? So that Sunday came, and like in an hour, I figured out like the biggest like that kitchen floor was driving me insane. And ever since it's been figured out, I'm like easy peasy. I know the rest. Like this shit is like
killing.
I'm ready to go. I just needed that extra little push, you know.
It was so fun, and it was a wonderful.
It was great. So,
but I will say, what a fucking skill for us to go from the baseline story being your moving journey. And from there, we've branched out to Michigan, color theory.
My dad.
Your dad.
Like, we've gone through
auctions.
So many things.
I don't know how many things we hit, but like,
just to tell you guys that we bought my kitchen tile. We picked out kitchen tile. It's beige. Like, like, not even I picked out some marble ass. Anyways, that's what went on with me.
Well, could you tell them that, like, because I'm assuming a lot of the people that probably listen to us know who the New York Nest is on Instagram.
Yeah.
So actually, she's the one that this wallpaper that's behind me, she had this wallpaper, and I was like, that's so fucking stunning. She has, like, obviously, if you follow her, you know, but if you don't follow her, then she has like a cottage theme home that's very like vintage,
very French
vintage, like gorgeous, great taste, right? And she really what I like about it is that she really leaned into a theme. Like I struggle with that to like fully lean
Yeah,
in like that.
yeah,
She
yeah.
really leaned in, but it really works. It like really works. But anyways, her kitchen flooring.
Oh yeah, like ever since she did her kitchen floors, that maroon marble and like
It's
the
like the
checkerboard,
tile, checkerboard.
and that's like what's trending now. She had done it like some time ago.
Yeah,
it's like stunning, and I loved it, and I was convinced that that's what I'm gonna do in my kitchen too. Her kitchen top is more neutral, so like and she did that very intentionally and beautifully. But the kitchen that I'm leaning towards is like the counters where there's a lot of color. At least as of right now, I might have to decide. But like the ones that I lean towards, they all are like more contrast countertop. Yeah. So I'm like, if the countertop is like that, and the floors are like the checker floor, is that too much? And normally, you guys, I'm the first to be like, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as too much. There's no such thing as too much color. There's no such thing. Like I love too much, but I'm like, it's just such a. I've said it before, like, it would be easier to get a divorce. Like, it's just such a commitment to decide what the fuck is going in a home, because you're like, I'm spending so much money on it. I want to do it right the first time. So then what's a neutral enough thing? Yes. So I was like really being tormented by that, because also this is all in my head. Nothing's like physically there for me to like compare and contrast. And like,
wait, let me ask you I hope my audio is picking up okay.
You want to check?
No, okay. I'm too scared. I have a question though.
Sure.
Would you rather have a trendy home that you accidentally made trendy, right? And it's a house, okay? And you made it trendy and you live there like 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
Or your wedding end up being trendy within 5 years?
I think wedding.
Same.
Because wedding is one, I like when you can timestamp a wedding. Mm-hmm. You know, I like when I can watch a wedding from the like a wedding video from the 90s. Be like, so that time,
yeah.
You know, and I think it's really sweet and funny, and sometimes you're embarrassed, but like, you know, it's fine. Like when I got married, like the Delia I Had song was like such a song, and all the uncles played it, and then also like Kiki, If You Love Me. Now I'm like, please, I'm gonna throw up if I hear that song. But it's such a time, you know?
Completely agree. Someone did a take on that where they were like, you know, at the end of the day, like you could try really hard to make your wedding timeless. Oh no, it was my one of my photographers at my wedding. I fucking love her, but she was she's a really amazing photographer. She got married a year ago. Her wedding was fucking stunning, dude. I always love watching vendors get married because I just feel like, especially a photographer, like such good taste in everything, you know. But what the fuck was my point?
That you can always try to make a wedding timeless.
Yes, and her point was like, it's okay if your wedding is like of a time. Like it's okay if your wedding marks a time. It's like it shows that that's how long you've been married. That's when your wedding was, and it's never. No one. Maybe hot take, but you'll never have a fully timeless wedding.
No.
Never.
Although I am grateful that this is going to sound a little shady, but I'm so sorry. Because, okay, there's like the weddings in the 90s, early 2000s where it's like the metallic lipstick and the short sleeves, and it's so cute, and it's like such baddie. Mm-hmm. And then there's like really like royal regal. There's an in-between window where it was like all the bridesmaids are gonna wear matching, you know, rainbow shoes or something, you know, and mason jars, and like there was a period of time in there for us millennials where it was like that was our dream Pinterest board, you know, like
it was like early Pinterest,
and like I'm saving shit, like I'm gonna put, you know, fairy
Hobby
lights,
vibes,
yes, and like
Michael's vibes.
My wedding kind of like was like teetering in that era when that type of stuff was like,
but we thought we were really killing it by doing what we thought was like not
a little like innovative, like expensive,
right?
As we're in Hobby Lobby, like grabbing stuff, but like
we're
doing it. We're hanging the banner, so the banner is elegant, you know, and it's like the same banner. But I am glad that we like kind of went a little past that, because I'm like, I don't know, that one's kind of rough.
I also personally am not a fan of overly experimental wedding vibes. Mm-hmm. Like, if it's my friend, sister, or family member and they are open to my opinion, I'm going to be like, don't fucking do that. Like I will absolutely be like.
What do you think is the most experimental thing you did at your wedding, if at all? That you were like, ooh, she's changing the game.
My Mehndi day. I don't know if this is okay, I have a few.
Okay.
But which actually weren't actually at all. But in the moment, I really was like, this is different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know mine is so stupid. That's why I'm like, okay, mine's like really stupid. But like, I thought that because my bridal shower theme was like floralish, right? And I, as prize games, was like adamant, and Sana tried talking out of it, but I was like adamant that the prize winners get like a fully potted plant, like a plant, like Home Depot. You're outside of Home Depot and you see those like giant flower pots that are already have flowers in them, and you hang like that shit. I was like, everyone's going one of those. No one's seen anything like it, you know? Like you get, and I think what I was trying to achieve was like what today would be the equivalent of giving someone like a Venus floor little like, you know, like I'm like, you're going home with a garden. Luxury. But really it's just like a potted plant. It's like the Harry Potter, like you pick up the plant, the baby that's crying. I'm like, that's basically what I handed everyone. And I was like, and I put in like a Dollar Tree bag, and I'm like, there you go. Live your life. Thank you so much. I love this.
You know what really kills me about your bridal shower is that you live on a fucking gorgeous golf course, and we literally set it all up. But her house is so stunning, so it was still stunning.
No. We didn't lean into the right.
I'm saying, like, we didn't lean into the fact of like you're on a golf course. Like we should have.
We could have leaned in heavier, but again, this was our like trial and error. Exactly. I was the first wedding, and that's we were.
Exactly.
We were okay.
I wasn't even thinking about. I was thinking about myself. I was thinking about things like that I was adamant on about like hair and makeup wise, like on my Mehndi day, like my makeup artist, who I love and think is the most phenomenal makeup artist ever. I was very particular about like, no, I'm gonna lean this way on the lips.
Color theory.
I'm gonna do a gloss. I literally actually this to me, I like was so like. Oh, I felt so like, such a win. I felt like such a win about it was I had gone to get the, like, I knew for my Mehndi that I wanted my makeup to feel like me because my outfit was so heavy. And I was really scared about like, I don't know if I know that there are other Desi girls that feel like this because I do hair and makeup, but like I have a face where I feel like if the makeup is done too overpowering, for me, for my taste, I feel like I get swallowed in it and I don't like how my face looks in it. So I feel like I'm very scared of that like look. But I feel like some people's faces, like Amna's, carry heavy makeup like so fucking beautifully and well. And it like an artist can be like, oh, this is like so much fun because her skin is beautiful. Masha, like all those things like really work. But for me, I'm like, no, it's got to be this technique and it's got to be this layer and it's got to be this way because otherwise my texture will look like this, or like my lip shape on this side is going to go a little lower. If you like, I feel like I have a lot more of that.
But I think you're very conscious of how and where you want to emphasize your features.
100%.
I'm a blank canvas, paint me like a French girl, like, because I don't know. I'm like just learning what shapes of a makeup application fit my face.
Yes.
But you've always been really good at like, no, I need like a rosier cheek, but then like a warmer eye. Yes. Like you're really good about that.
My line will be very thin of like, oh, I fucking hate this now, or like, yes, this is good, let's keep going. Like it can turn for me very quickly. So anyways, like for this makeup artist, I was sorry, I'm like let me backtrack. So I was getting colors for my like whatever my lip combo was gonna be, and I literally picked up 3 and I took my time with it. I tried it on my hand and I was like, no, these are gonna work. So I picked the blush, the lip color, whatever else, and I went, and I had not done one full face with it. But on my Mehndi day, I told my makeup artist, I was like, this is the foundation we're using. This is my foundation. This is my lip combo. I'm gonna do my lips. This is the cheek color. Like, this is what we're using. I want it to be these specific tones. And then I kept checking throughout in between. And then for my lashes, we literally for 10 minutes, and then I had to call backup. Like, I had to call Rimsha as backup to be like, Rimsha, I'm standing firm in my decision. I need you to agree with me because otherwise I can't do it. She wanted me to go like way thicker on the lash, which for most girls, because I know I do hair and makeup too, for most girls, it works beautifully. But I'm very aware of how to make my eyes look bigger instead of smaller, and so I need to make sure that my lash doesn't look like that because it will it's not gonna it's gonna do that over the line thing where it gets like overwhelming, whatever. So like you asked me like such a simple question. I went into like, and then the line between lash or no like literally. But anyways, I went with like a way lighter lash, and so like stuff like that I was like, no, this is like, it has to be this way, and I'm not. But that's not really innovative in any way.
I don't know, but like at the time, that's what you felt like it was. Yeah, that was. I think that's great. I don't remember where we were before.
I
didn't tell you where we were before.
Oh, and then having like the jazz player and stuff like that. I was like,
that was really good. I love that.
But it is crazy being so out of like wedding
time. Don't miss it.
Because now when I hear anybody, I'm like, I love that. At the time, it just feels like you're a little bit in a pressure cooker when you're doing your wedding stuff, because you're like paying attention to like all these looks and other people's weddings and what are other people doing. You're so in this like world of it. And then once your wedding is done and all your friends' weddings are done, because it always happens in that like wave of most people together, you're so over it. You're so like, all right. Well.
You're over it, but you also have such a newfound respect. Like, I don't ever go to weddings and talk shit about not that I did before, but like I just was like mindless before I went to weddings. Now at weddings, I'm like, like the only thing that I judge, I guess, is like if there's enough chairs or not. That's the only time where I'm like, guys, overcompensate, go under. It's better if chairs are empty than not enough.
I feel like I still talk shit about things about people's weddings. I definitely do. But every time I'm at a wedding, but let me not be a bitch, because seriously, I actually, after being out of weddings, I will say I enjoy attending weddings so much fucking more, dude. Mm-hmm. Like, not being in the wedding and just like going to a wedding. It's so fun. It's so fun to dress up and do the Desi music. Usually they're Desi weddings. And go to the wedding and like watch people in love, and it makes you feel so like, oh.
But there are things you judge.
Hell yeah, I judge the fuck out of things sometimes.
Like, I try not to judge the overall wedding, but like I have a few.
You just have a respect for like, damn, I know what went into putting this together. And things that like, I was saying this to a friend the other day where it's like, man, like the things that the bride and groom noticed, nobody else noticed.
And everyone tells you that. And
you know what I mean?
You don't believe it until it's like the tale is old as time. Like everyone's telling you that, and you're like fighting it and
you're like, no, but I know that this went wrong. And I was just having that conversation with friends and with Muzi too, where I was like, man, like when you're in the thick of it, you're really in the thick of it, and you cannot see it without the like fucking rosy colored glasses, but they're not rosy. They're like dark and scary, and you don't know what the fuck is going on, and you're spending all this money, and you're like, oh my God, this is like so serious. But also, I am one of the people that like grew up being like, my wedding. I don't know if you
I was and I wasn't. Mm-hmm. I feel like I was focusing on all the wrong things. Like, I never had a wedding outfit that I was like, I'm gonna wear an outfit like this. Mm-hmm. But I knew what I wanted to feel like. But I feel like because I feel like I knew what I wanted it to feel like, but I didn't have the right understanding of how to achieve that. Mm-hmm. Like, I was telling this to Sana earlier when we were talking about like our discovery about the color, shape, and all of that. That I was like, I feel like something that you're so good at also is, and she's been doing this a lot on her stories, so you don't follow her like that on you. But like, you're really good about giving tips, and like the example I'd given was like, if I want my hair to look like, Jennifer Aniston or whomever, I would just go in there and be like, I want blonde with highlights, brown highlights. And then I'll get it and I'll be like, damn, that's not what I wanted. And then I just walk away. So you're very good at being like, okay, cool toned blonde, a little warm up top on the roots, and then just balayage with this hint of red, and it'll mix, and then it'll come out exactly, like you're really good at putting that little,
that is so fucking nice.
But I'll be like, I know what I wanted to feel like, but I can't find the words to achieve that. So then I'll get
the vibes or don't get the vibes.
I literally was telling, sorry guys, I know I'm talking about my house again, but I was literally telling our cousins the other day where I was like, sometimes I just wish, because I've heard, not in disrespectfully, I'm saying this is a good stereotype, I've heard that lesbians are phenomenal, like contractor, like handy women, right? Yeah. And on my TikTok,
I didn't know that actually, but that makes a lot of sense.
Dude, on my TikTok, every house Reno that's done by hand, because I'm acting like I have a hammer in my hand and I'm out there. I'm fully direct, like
she's directing the contractor.
I'm telling the contractor what to do. And then I walk away and I'm like eating chips.
But you could.
But I feel like every TikTok that I'm watching where these girls are turning, like, I'm deep in the comments too. I'm like, this is phenomenal, you fucking genius. But like, these girls are turning like your average Joe Schmo bedroom into a fucking luxury palace, and they're breaking down walls. And I'm like, if I just get these white women on my, because you get the vision, you know what I'm trying to say, you know exactly the look I'm going for. But I don't.
White women, or is it the lesbian women?
I don't know. Maybe they're both. But like, that's the women. Like, any women that I watch on my TikTok that's by hand doing her contracting shit, I'm like, how can I hire you to do my house? Because you're under. I don't have to tell you. I got a bedroom color drenched. The ring around the light is the only thing not color drenched, and I'm like, drenched, fellas, drenched. Think everything. Like, no, you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly.
A woman would understand that. So,
you know what's so funny is we were at our friend's house this weekend, and I was like, right, wasn't it? Because their house is beautiful, mashallah, it's so beautiful. And I was like, oh, right, didn't you guys have like lesbian it was a lesbian couple that made the house? And my friend was laughing and she was like, no, I don't know, I think I've heard you. And Muzi was like, you keep saying that, but that's not true. And I was like, what? I was like, I remember being told that this house was built by lesbians, and I was like, that's why, you know, they did such a good job with this and this,
the molding, and it's
like, perfect, and right, and they were like, I don't, and I was like, where did I get this rumor?
I don't know. I must have told you, because I'm obviously spreading it. I'm spreading it to the masses. But that's what I'm saying. The TikTok that really validated that for me is that there was a TikTok of like these men doing construction on a roof, and then the house across was women doing construction on a roof, and it was like, it said something like
wait, that's so cute,
lesbian, some people in the comments were like, lesbians are contractors of the world, and I'm like, okay, well, market yourself, ladies, because I need the assist. But anyways,
what if we become the lesbian what if contractors? We become the contractors?
Honestly,
you know?
The dream for like with no budget,
we would get hired. The things we could accomplish in other women's homes. And the thing is, we do it with love. You know, we'd be like, of course, we would sit down and do the interview. We'd be like, so are you a coffee? Okay, so then we'll go in.
What does your morning look like?
Yeah, like, you know, exactly. You'll think structurally. I'll think color. Dude, we'll use chat.
Yeah. And then when it's all done, we'll do the walkthrough. We're going to admire it. We're going to point it out to them.
We're going to cry leaving.
We're going to go with them to the counters to get counters and knobs, and we're going to praise it, and no one's going to tell us that. And then
when they disagree with us, we're going to really struggle with letting them like take the reins of the home.
Yeah. Yeah, when it's their house.
Like, they really we're like, don't know what they're doing.
You shouldn't. Yeah.
We'll want to like drop in every 6 months to just like enjoy what we built.
So... How's she doing?
Oh, wait. Like, don't maybe put that there.
I would be like, maybe it should be a rounded base, and sometimes it'd be like, and let's go a little warmer. Let's lean less, you know, this, and let's do more of that. Pivot. You have a confession.
Dude, thank you guys for sending them in. It's so much fucking fun. Did I write we've been fighting the hall? Our cousin Hafsa moved to New York this weekend. And my sister and Amna and Hafsa, like our cousins, have been FaceTiming like nonstop this weekend. I feel like I'm missing out on everything. I'm like, dude, Jesus Christ.
I feel like a mother. Like, for breakfast today, what are we doing? And I love it. I love it.
Speaking of, we have on our list that... So our cousin Hafsa moved to New York, and she lives with our nani as well, who we call Ammi. And Amna was saying how Hafsa was talking to Ammi about like not being there anymore, and Ammi was talking about how the cat
is like depressed. She's like, the cat, he just doesn't even meow anymore. He's just waiting for you to come home, and he's just so sad. And I'm like, that's 1,000% she's projecting her feelings onto this cat.
And I was dying because it's so her coded to like not even register that's how she feels. Because I was like, I think the cat's name is Jiraiya. I was like, I think Jiraiya is fine. Like, I don't think he's gonna be that like, you know, because they were gone for like 2 days. Like, I don't know if he knows what's going on yet.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
And Amna was like, dude, Amis can't, that's how she feels.
Yeah, that's literally how she feels. I literally told Hafsa too. I'm like, the cat's licking its butt. Like, it's fine. It's okay. She's just feeling down. So she doesn't know how to say it.
And then Tara Rampam. So, guys, Muzi's never seen Tara Rampam. And we watched it yesterday, and it was okay. I watched it a long time ago. Please let me know. Tara Rampam is like like everybody's seen it, right? Because Muzi was like, I don't think this was a popular one. I don't think this was a popular one. And I'm like, just because you didn't watch it doesn't mean it wasn't popular, bitch. It just means, oh, that's what I was gonna tell you guys, is you guys, I talked about that story about Muzi on last week's episode, right? And then I'm like, hee ha, didn't even think about it twice. Muzi, the next 2 days later, no, a couple days later, he goes, so I haven't listened to the podcast in a while. So I was like, which I knew, because normally, like, I know if he's listened or not, he'll like mention something about it or not. So he hadn't listened in a while. And this is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for the boys, aka our husbands or whoever, to like drop off so then we can get into the real shit. So guys, just know that the bigger the podcast gets, the more information you'll get, because the less people in our real life will listen. So then we'll have more and more to give, okay? So anyways, I was like, yeah, he's not going to listen. So I tell that story. And anyways, he goes, yeah, so I listened this week. Within the first 5 minutes, you say that you talk shit about me. So I'm like, oh, now I got to keep listening. And then I hear the whole story and I'm like, oh, I'm like holding my breath. I'm like, yeah. And I, literally as soon as he was like, so I was thinking that I haven't listened in a while. So I listened to the episode this week. I was like, why the fuck does this always happen to me, Amna? This type of thing with boys, especially, always happens.
The timing.
It's always like a cruel, funny joke at me. I'm always the butt of the joke in these type of situations every single time. And I was like, oh, of course he did. And so anyways, he was like, yeah, it was totally funny, whatever. But I was just like, the one time I'm like, okay, guys, he's not home. I'm going to get into the story.
This might be the one episode I've just listened to. Because I'm like, oh, that's true.
Yeah,
I'll talk more shit next one. And I'm like, I'll one up it next one, and then you'll listen to that one.
But Tarampam, so we watched it. It was one of those that, like, when I watched it as an adult, which has been happening with Bollywood movies.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Pausing. Start taking it back. How did Muzi react to the podcast episode?
Oh yeah, he was like it was actually a really funny story. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't leave the people hanging.
No, I thought I said that.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, yeah, but he said it was funny, and then we moved on. Yeah. But I literally could have mumbled through that whole thing and not known, so thank you.
I have really bad memories, so I never forget. We're the dream team, but we're also
a mess. We're also circling fucking floor&DECOR because we're like, where did we start again? What did we see again?
Which is exactly the setup of this podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like literally like, are people gonna listen past the fucking house stuff, or they're gonna be like, dude, they literally did this podcast to talk, like, rehash their
just
like, get over yourself.
Basically.
But oh yeah, so we watched Saga. My point was, sometimes rewatching old Bollywood movies can be like kind of painful as an adult, because you're like, wait, like, why was I absorbing and learning that at that age? And also, like, this is a really bad movie actually. And then it's like a really sad realization. Where does he want to go?
I don't know. Oh, he just wants to lay down.
Oh, my Bobby.
I thought he was gonna pull over.
If you're listening, Theo's like obviously part of the set.
He's just jumping around.
He's just in it with us. So, Tara Rampam was one of those where I was watching it and I was like, first of all, Muzi was like, it was like good. He's like, first of all, it's such a cool concept that they are doing a race car driving thing. And then, the acting gets kind of cringy. Also, they named their kids Princess and Champ, which was like really pissing me off. It was like really bugging me. It was really bugging me. They're like, Champ, Princess, Champ, Princess. Like, why the fuck would you name your kids that?
Dude, Bollywood movies, there's always Rahul. There's always Tina. There's always like
Rahul and Tina.
Rahul and Tina are the big ones, I think.
Yeah.
And then they do that. I feel like anytime they incorporate anything,
anytime there's a villain, it's like an Oberoi.
Oh. And anytime they do like a anytime, because we were watching Hamtam also at your mom's house, that like I didn't realize anytime they involve like non-Desi people in the script or anything, they take it. It's like that one TikTok of that guy. Oh my God, I just saw something so funny, but he was like in Desi music when they're like, yeah, shake your body now. Yeah, give it to me now. Like they add that. Or like,
come on.
bring it on. Like they do like where you're like, dude, come on. Like so they're
all
like
the hot guys in the room.
Dude, from Tarampam, the movie, the song, the Chica, that's my chica girl. I'm
Dude,
like,
my sister-in-law, my Musi's oldest brother's wife, she's Polish. And we were watching the song, and this girl's like an item girl in it, and she's like with it, dude. She's watched all the Desi movies. She can cook Desi food, like blah blah blah. But, yeah, but like she was like, we were watching some music video, and I was like, she was like, oh, she's always like in these songs. I'm like, yeah, so they call those item girls. I was like,
item songs.
And she's like, yeah, and the guys are always so creepy and weird. I'm like, honestly, the guys are creepy and weird. It's like a sea of men that are creepy and weird with this gorgeous, beautiful wind blowing in her hair, half nangi patangi item girl. And I'm like, what is this? But I can't wear short sleeves to my cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
What
but
is
that's
this?
playing in the background. That always got me. I'm like, how on earth are we watching Bollywood? Her belly's, they're zooming into the belly button. She's shaking it. Yeah. We're shaking it, watching her doing it, but we're watching her doing it, shaking it, and we're wearing like long dupatta, like t-shirt. You know, like what do you mean?
We're like specifically talking about like one family member.
we're just venting. But no, that was drove me insane.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Or like so many times it would be like this scene where like Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol are just like at each other's necks, but they're not kissing, but they're like just hovering and breathing and just hovering and just breathing over each other's necks and décolletage. And I'm like, this is so much harder to watch than if you just kissed each other.
Décolletage is so much.
It's so hard to watch.
So rough, and the backup
dancers. And then the entire song, and it's like really unfortunate because it's such a good song, but I have to watch her heaving her chest. While he's deciding how to like avoid her bosom. Like it's just so insane. It's so insane. But he's like kissing down her stomach. Like it's so weird. But then her fucking sari pops open and she's like, oh my god, I've revealed too much. Dude. What the fuck is happening?
It's so, you know, I will say though, I'm like, pro tip, if you want to start dressing like a hoe, like, pro tip, because I, like, my parents, when it came to, like, dress code, weren't super, like,
I would say they were, like, if there's a 1 to 10, 10 being one of our family members, one of our khalas who's, like, insane.
Like, you have to cover your face.
Yeah.
Like, you have to.
That's 10.
That's 10. And one being, like,
my parents.
No. But, like, one being, like, okay, if 10
one
is
being, like, Mean Girl's mom.
And, yeah, 1 is, like, bikini.
Yeah.
My parents are at, like, a 6.
Agreed.
7.
Your parents were at like a 6.5.
A 6.5, 7.
It was very respectful. It was never like, it didn't have to be like an argument because Amna was always really respectful about it.
But it wasn't like a conversation we had. Like when growing up, I don't remember my mom telling me not to wear shorts. Basically, my kind of rule of thumb, which I've been like teetering the line with the older I get, but like my rule of thumb basically was like, it has to be below knee. And like even though I have no boobs, my mom was like so serious about boobs.
My mom was really serious about boobage line showing too.
But I couldn't
have boobage line showing. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yours is just there. Mine at that time, especially, I'm like, if I could even get the line, I'm having a good day. Like, I was like, ooh, look at your audience. But whatever. She was always like doing that motion to like lift up your shirt, and I'm like, it's in my throat at this point. Like, there's, anyways. But pro tip. So
they have some. Okay, yeah, go on.
So my parents didn't really have the conversation with me. I also had a lot of like older cousins to kind of like, be like, oh, they don't wear that. So like, I'm not going to wear that. So it's kind of natural. But when I did want to start like doing a little sleeveless moment and like I would start with Desi outfits. I wouldn't announce it. I would just cut the little lining. Started with the cut the lining. Then it started with shorter and shorter and shorter sleeves.
Did it feel like you're really taking a risk when you would
No,
do that?
Because it was gradual, but I knew I was like inching that way and I was like testing the waters. I knew very easily my mom's gonna get on board, right? Because she would do anything for an outfit. And my dad is who I was worried about. But luckily for me, like because I started it with Desi outfits, he would come up to me and be like, oh, this is a really nice outfit. I did have family members that would like grab my shoulders and be like, oh, Amna, you're showing a lot of skin. And I was like, yeah. But I'm just feeling it today. That. But yeah, so I feel like I started kind of when it came to like showing more skin, I started with Desi outfits because you can show a little belly, you can show a little, and then I started translating that into American clothes because my parents, if my mom ever was kind of like, I don't know about that, I'm like, well, I wore this to so-and-so's wedding. So this is more coverage than that.
I think my parents were a cool 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
in terms of clothing, like
in terms of clothing.
My mom for my 7th grade dance brought me home from Discovery because she was like running the White Hen Pantries at that time. My mom used to run these White Hen Pantries. If you're from the Midwest area, you know them. They're like 7-Eleven vibes, but had like subs and coffee and bakery and type stuff. So it was like deli and stuff inside, but it was such a vibe. One day we'll get into the lore of that because it was such a fun time of like life. But anyways, when she was there, she had gotten me one of the dress options she got me. I was like, you're my mom. You know that, right? Like, you're my mom. Like, it was like red and it was kind of like, think of like a salsa. Like if you're imagining like a red dress that's fitted, you're going to like a salsa dancing class. Kind of like that, kind of a little flare at the bottom.
Okay.
And it has lace trimming around the bottom.
Yeah.
And then the strap, it's red. And the straps are lace and the boob area has a little bit of lace too.
Okay.
I'm 12.
Oh.
I'm literally 12 or 13. But I think I don't remember if I wore that one or not, but I was like, damn, this is cute though.
I love that and for
like,
you.
We would go to Wisconsin. Oh my God, I hope my mom doesn't feel bad if she's listening.
Why would she feel bad?
As like a compliment. But like, yeah, and we would go to, actually my house was the house where my girlfriends, like when we would be going to homecoming, my friends would come over to my house and wear what they were actually going to wear to go out for the night or go to homecoming, or what they were going to wear to like my house party or whatever. Like my house would be the house that they would like change at before we would go to the spot where they could wear what they really wanted to wear. But like most of my life, my parents were really liberal about how I dressed. Like we would go to Wisconsin Dells and stuff, and I wore bathing suits and shorts with my entire family. Like, which, okay, a lot of things my parents did, I disagreed with. Okay. Even like a lot of things, but that I don't know, like, I personally, and obviously we're getting into very controversial territory because I am Muslim, my family's Muslim, so I know that this is like, for some people it's going to be like, bitch, that is not okay. But I liked growing up feeling like it was okay, because sometimes I feel like the conversation of like little girls not being able to wear things that are little girly is like, why are we allowing
for them to be sexualized like that? I know, I agree with you 1000%.
Yeah, like if I want my daughter to wear the cutest little bathing suit and it's like little whatever, like let me put who the fuck cares?
I feel very strongly about that too, especially pre-period. I feel like let a girl have her innocence. And something that I appreciated about my parents is that even though my parents tipped on the scale closer to like 6, 7, maybe 8 depends on which family member we're around, you know? Like,
it would, I will say that in my house, sorry, not to cut you off, but like it 100% came with, you're going to respect the rules of whatever, like very much so with who we're around. My dad's side of the entire dad's side of the family, all the girls in my dad's side of the family, we wear like we wear shorts and t-shirts, and it's very normal. It's like not a big deal at all. But on our mom's side of the family, they would literally, I don't even know what would happen if I walked in like that. We, on that side of the family, most times where we're chilling in t-shirt, shalwar, and like a dupatta over our chest. Like, that's how we were moving. So it was very dependent on where I am.
Yeah, absolutely. And with my dad's side, it was more like, because and I just described our mom's side, but my dad's side was more, what I appreciated about like how my parents were with me is like, it was very appropriate to the time and age. So like, growing up, I also wore a bathing suit, shorts. If I didn't have a bathing suit, my daddy would be like, take your shirt off, jump into the pool, like when I was like a really little kid. And so like, I just was, it wasn't like a conversation. And then it was like, okay, now my shorts are like maybe knee length. And now it's like, okay, maybe now I'm wearing capris. And like, it's not a conversation. Even I am just starting to naturally go in that direction. I also went to Islamic school. So like,
It's also the community you grew up in Dallas. Yeah. I think that in general is kind of how everyone dressed.
It's like a moderate, like the Muslim there's like a bit of a balance there. I feel like some more than others, you know?
Okay.
Even within my own family, I'm saying, like even within my other side family, like it kind of ranges depending. Maybe I tip on.
I feel like my sister and I feel like our family in general now, we dress way more liberal than I think. Like, would you say we dress more liberal than the average?
Oh, absolutely.
Girl? Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid and I used to come to your house, and your mom would try to hand me shorts and be like, you want to wear these short jeans, Amna, and tank top and go out to the mall, and I'd be like, I like also like hairy legs. My legs have never had to be seen, so they're like super hairy, and I'm like teetering. I'm like,
no, but would you say all four of us as adults? I'm saying.
As adults?
Yeah.
I
don't. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I still feel like we are.
I do. I think I definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah.
But in like a respectful, tasteful, you know.
I mean, yeah, we think it's tasteful.
Yeah. I do think, well, actually, no, I know. Mm-hmm. I know that I have started caring less and being more open with the way I dress or how much skin I show the older I've been getting.
Yeah. I feel like same. But I also feel like part of that is being married. Like, I think that if I wasn't married, I talked to Muzi about this actually, that like, I think that if I wasn't married, if I was like single and at my age, I think I would dress probably more provocative. Not provocative, but like I dress more thoughtfully. Like, this is me dressing thoughtfully because I'm married and I'm like, let me keep it respectful. I don't need my tits out on my Instagram. But like, that's
otherwise
it's cute. Yeah. But like, if I wasn't married, I think I would, because I grew up so liberal with clothing. Like, I'm like, okay, but that's how people dress. Like, who gives a shit? I just don't think it's that big a deal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, who cares? But then I also have a very fine line with it because there are girls that I see the way they post, and I personally, so this is me getting into very vulnerable territory with you guys, sharing
which was not on the agenda.
This was nothing we discussed was on the agenda. No. We're an hour and 5 minutes in. I don't even know what we've talked about.
Yeah, we haven't even got to the confession yet. We're so off script.
I'm dying. What the fuck was I even saying?
That you would, I'm like, that your tits would be out if you were not married.
Oh, I said I'm getting into vulnerable territory with you guys because I know that this is very nuanced.
Sorry, my brain stopped there.
This is how I fucking feel. I feel like I would feel a little more free. I would probably be a little bit more free than I am now, and definitely not in the tit space, okay? But I just mean like, I don't think my legs showing or anything is like that big a deal. But like, I just mean I would feel more free with how I post probably. But I feel like I myself, there are some vibes that I feel like that even for me, I'm like, oh, I think that's a bit much.
I think you can tell when someone is posting something because they themselves feel comfortable in their skin posting and dressing a certain way versus it being a little performative, if that makes sense.
Yeah, completely.
And we all have everyone goes through phases where you're kind of either teetering the line of what you're comfortable with, testing out the waters, what you're comfortable with. And I think I have been doing that, which is why I've been more and more liberal with the way I dress. The older I get, the less I give a shit about how much of my own skin is showing. We all go through phases where like maybe we're doing it too much, you know? I feel like when you...
Oh yeah, I've definitely had phases through college and stuff where I was like... But I feel like, yeah, like you grow up through those...
Here's what I was trying to say. Okay, I figured out my words. I feel like because you were allowed to dress however you wanted to dress and your mom was just like... these certain things off limits.
My mom was the only thing that was off limits was showing like chest.
Otherwise, chest and like too short of like a
butt hanging out or anything. But other than that, it was
as long as it was like demure. Because she allowed that much. You got to experiment with how much you wanted and didn't want to show, and had like a phase in college or not a phase in high school or whatever. You were able to experiment with that. I feel like when you're, I don't want to say forced, but like for some of us it could be forced. For some of us it could be like how it was for me, where it's kind of like a gradual, unspoken rule that you're just kind of picking vibes off of, and you can tell when
you yourself wouldn't feel comfortable doing it with who you're around, and that's
exactly. Like I feel like when you're in any one of those scenarios, until you're, I guess, out on your own, or you start like deciding, hey, like, am I actually okay with this? Then you're kind of testing out the waters and like getting through the phase that like you might have been able to go through in college, but like later in life. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna go so far left and then reel yourself back and be like, wait,
I do that often.
A little, you know?
I do that often too. I do feel like I find myself like okay, I'm going to go up to here, or then I'll pull myself back. Like, I definitely feel like I ebb and flow a little, but in general, consistently, I've stayed in the, like, I'm just more liberal with how I dress.
So I feel like what you were saying earlier about, like, with some girls, even you're like, wait, I don't know about this.
Yes, dude. There are some girls where even, like, and for me, okay, I feel strongly, guys, and I would love to hear your opinions. By the way, again, I know we say this every few episodes, but, like, you have every right and should disagree with us if you do. Like, that is, like, we were talking just today about how, like, meeting women at our age, in our 30s, is so refreshing because I'm not asking you to be anything other than what you are. Like, I have friends who have very different boundaries, very different expectations from their kids, from their husbands, from themselves than I do. And that's totally fucking okay. And I think if you cannot be around people that think differently than you and you're that closed off, like, that's more scary to me. Like, be yourself. Like, if you have boundaries on how you feel about things, that's totally okay. I just feel like it should be okay for me to have that boundary. And what I'm saying about that line being crossed, in my opinion, and, like, if I had daughters, this is how I would treat it, is I feel like arms and legs showing, like, to me, as long as it's not something that's overtly sexual, like, I don't think it's a big deal at all. Like, if I'm wearing a romper, okay, and, like, my legs are showing, and I'm at the beach, so I'm wearing a romper, or I have sleeveless something going on, or, like, I'm wearing a low neck but, like, my boobs aren't, like, out. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, I'm athletic, so then I'm wearing, like, fitted leggings, but, like, a fitted top. Like, I just think there's a lot of ways to do it that are not, like, I don't want to say slutty, but, like,
it's one of those things where what is the message you're trying to get across in how you're presenting yourself
at all. That's the thing.
There's like a time and a place, and there's a way to present yourself in a way where you feel comfortable in your own skin, but it's not, like, not appropriate for the room. Best example I can think of off the top of my head is lately on TikTok, there's been a lot. I don't know if you've seen teacher bae discussion.
I just saw that.
But it's like teachers that dress a certain way in classrooms. And honestly, I agree with not the teachers.
Oh, there's some, like, teachers saying, yes, there was a teacher today who was like, this is how you dress in a classroom. You can still be look nice and put together and, like, have a sleeveless shirt on, but everything's covered. I was like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think if you have full freedom to dress how you want to dress early on, you can do the phase. Like, let's say in high school, you're like, yeah, I'm hiking this dress up, because I always feel like kids, no matter what rules in place, are always gonna break that first rule right.
They're gonna go 2 steps further than whatever. Yes.
So if your mom's like, okay, Sana, your dress has to be close to your knees, you're like, I'm bringing that up to my thigh. 100%. And I'm like, my mom's like, bring that shit to your ankles. I'm like, these babies are going up mid calf, ma'am. How you're presenting yourself
matters.
With grandma and grandpa is a different. There's a time and a place, and maybe only us Muslim girls, because wardrobe is such a
hot topic.
It's a hot topic. Maybe we're only thinking. Maybe we're only thinking hard about it. Maybe all girls think about it so hard. I don't know.
Feel like Desi girls think harder about it, dude. Because when I see non-Desi girls, I'm like, wait. Also, why is it so effortless when you do it? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like a big, because it's so normal in other cultures, obviously. But, like, it just, like, honestly, when I see most, like, white girls just wear whatever the fuck they're wearing, I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's just how they live.
Yeah. It's also because, that's the other thing. In Pakistan, on the street, on, like, a random, store, that's not where you're going to see. You're not going to see someone in shorts. You're not going to see someone in, like, a certain outfit. Maybe in certain parts of Pakistan, sure, right?
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing, but I haven't been to Karachi in a really long time.
That's what I'm saying. People keep saying that to me, too. That, like, no, in Pakistan, everyone wears whatever they want. And I'm like, I love that. But, like, I just don't feel like I've been in the spaces where I've seen that, and it doesn't feel like the majority. Man, we got to the level conversation of clothing, and I feel like we could even go deeper into that on another day, because there's, like, like, I might be pushing a boundary, but then when I think about it, I've talked about this too, where I'm like, what would you feel comfortable with our daughter wearing? You know what I mean?
Like, talk about that too.
And I'm like, I don't know, because the older I've gotten, the less conservative I dress, and I don't know, like.
Yeah, and I was gonna say also that I don't even think it's just a Muslim thing. I just think in general, when girls are in relationships or married or, like, maybe even very serious with someone, but I'm just gonna say married, I do feel like they change. Like, I can even think of, like, Alex Cooper. I feel like after getting married, even her vibe got, like, a little bit more demure, a little bit more modest, because she was posting thirst trap vibes all the time. It was your confession. Okay. Thank you so much for sending in confessions. Okay, we're going to
and for staying this long.
Yeah, seriously. I don't even know how long we've been here. Okay, this person said their confession was, sometimes when I don't like someone, I'll quote unquote accidentally call them the wrong name in a conversation. Ooh. And I was dying because the psychological warfare that women are capable of accomplishing is just like amazing to me. How dynamic, how exciting,
how dynamic.
Like, I love it. I literally love it. I was telling Amna that Teffy had done a video recently. She's talking about like when you're talking to someone who's a liar, and she was saying like, and I like to pretend like there's something in their teeth the entire time, just for a little bit of psychological warfare. And I was like, dude, I eat that shit up. Like when women are like, when you can just like with your brain and words make someone like rethink their entire existence.
Someone teach me a master class, dude. I would pay for that shit.
Literally. I mean, I love it, but I'd like to get better at it.
She's like, it's a craft I'd like to, you know.
I'm working on this skill.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for her to give me the
But I love that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you leave them like confused almost. Like in a daze, like what?
And I say that because I think I confuse myself midway. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, what did they say? But then I'll stand 10 tones. I'm on my period. That happened last night with ice cream. But no, I get what you're saying.
But yeah, so I thought that was a really good one. Wasn't there more we were going to say to that? I felt like we thought we were going to have a whole conversation.
I think that's where our list blossomed from. That is where our agenda came from.
No, how does that relate to
because we were like, we were talking about like the psychological warfare. Then somehow that led to us talking about like when you're so in the thick of it in your, you know, relationship, married or not, and then the things you didn't know that people would tell you.
Yeah.
Kind of like went into that.
Well, that's going to be next episode.
Well, next episode we have an agenda that hopefully we'll stay on track with. But that's a good.
Yeah. Should we add anything else for that confession?
Just a request, like I said.
Tell us what your favorite psychological warfare thing is. Like, she's saying that if she doesn't like someone, she'll call them the wrong name in the conversation, like just to get them to like tick, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like, what else can we do to make a man?
What are better ways to get pettier, but smart, like smart, clever, petty, because that's the dream. Yeah. You know, where you're so clever, like, it's almost like Game of Thrones. Like, you know,
what that an Olympic level of petty, and just to like watch them squirm,
like older auntie, where you know where to get them and you know how to get that way. You know what I mean? I
love that shit.
Yeah, send tips. Send tips our way. Can I be a bitch? Okay. Can I be a Please. Bitch? Okay. I had thought of this one because I was on TikTok and I saw, you know how like now we have Desi DJs, which I've never been, but I'd love to be invited. I could just get my ass up and go. I'd love to go, right? And it's like really fun remixes to like Chaya, whatever, right? So I saw that there was this DJ on my TikTok who was doing such an event, and I don't know where this was located, but he's doing a remix to same genre, like Chaya, like the classics and, you know, Dal and blah, blah, blah. But I was appalled when they panned out into the crowd. I'm expecting a shoulder, you know, some Desi, a little like Gumka situation. And I saw people dancing to the music as if they were white girl dancing in the club. And I was like, wait a minute. Imagine there's a visualize if you're not watching. Where do I put my mic? Visualize if you're listening. That you're listening to Desi music and it's like and it's like a remix version, you know, it's like mixed with Savage or something.
Where are you now that I need ya?
I thought you were gonna do the come on girl. If they're playing like what was club music in the 2000s, right? And instead of like I'm imagining like, you know, Chaya and you're doing like like you know like so? If I'm at the club and I'm dancing to Chaya,
you're doing a little shoulder.
I'm doing a shoulder. I'm doing a pop in out. You know, I'm not doing like white girl like
like that.
Yeah, like dancing. They're dancing like fully like you're almost a little off beat and you're like How do you do this?
And if you're listening, she's doing like the white girl,
like arm above
hold
your head,
like you're in the club and the just bopping with the hand in your hair.
Girl, reel that back, pop a shoulder. What? I was like, we're losing the plot. We're losing the plot. Everybody, if we're having Desi music played, I better see the pungra. I want to see us rise to the occasion. Do it. Pop it. Do the dumka.
Period.
Bring it in. Do an item dance. Like, remember that guy who went on, like, America's Got Talent and did the Hit Roshan dance move? Fucking shook the world.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, we were all doing that in our living room.
That was oh, please. So, like, let's bring back our dance moves to our music.
Period.
Because that's where the magic happens.
Period.
That's how, like, it's like Gangnam Style. You know what I mean? Like, give me another Gangnam Style. Give me a move. And let's run with that. So
you need a trend.
I just feel like
you want the world to come together for a dance move.
I want us to stay on track and on theme. I want, like, do a fusion, but don't
forget your roots.
Don't throw your hands up and act like you don't know where they go when Bhangra music is playing at the club. Everybody, we all know we're at a restaurant and, like, Punjabi MC plays that. Listen, I know it's like a running joke and it's like, oh, like, of course that's the only song. First of all, it's a good ass song.
It's a great
song. I'm proud of that song.
It's a really good anthem.
I'm happy that that's what song represents.
It's our anthem.
It's our anthem. I love it. And when
it's also because you're Punjabi that you're like, oh, this one's really for me.
It's hitting the heart.
Yeah.
And it's a good one. And it just, I feel like it encompasses a good summary of, like, what we can do. You know what I mean? Musically, choreography, vibes. So and when it plays and I'm at a restaurant, my shoulder automatically shimming. I'm just like, I'm not embarrassed by it. I love it. I think it's great and I think it's fun.
Yep.
And so when I see that Desi music, if Punjabi MC starts playing and someone's doing a little, you know, I'm shoving you off the dance floor. No, get out of here. That's colonization, actually. That's you.
Stop gentrifying my music.
Stop gentrifying. Bring the shoulder back. Do the dance.
Bring the shoulder shimmy.
Wow.
I would rather you appropriate than gentrify.
I'd rather you just stick to the choreography, and we have the choreography.
Exactly.
The whole we know the moves.
Anything, it's choreography.
If Bollywood and Desis have anything, it's choreography
and, like, big emotions,
big dance moves, a hook, and a background.
Yeah, and a move that, like, reminds you of the song.
Yeah, it's like a moment. Yeah, it's like it symbolizes. So I didn't realize how passionate I was about this, but
I like it.
That's mine. Don't white girl dance to Desi music.
My Can I Be a Bitch this week is a little bit tied into the Love Island reunion. A little bit. No, dude, we can't.
We're not going to. I just forgot that it happened.
Yeah, like, we just, right? But my Can I Be a Bitch is, I feel like we have to stop over glorifying people to celebrity status for, like, weird behavior. Like, I think Huda has ups and downs, okay? And I think there's some parts of it I'm like, wow, I really like that, or I really like that. But I'm like, sometimes I'm like, your level of stardom could be a little dangerous even for you, it feels like. Okay, look, what I mean is the way that I'm seeing her put herself out in the media, to me, feels very much like a early to mid-20s girl, okay? Like, I feel like I recognize in her that, like, you're just kind of a little bit of a messy girl right now, not in a shady way. Every one of us in our early to mid-20s, if you've gone out and lived life and dated, like, if you've gone through any of that, what you're gonna be is a little bit messy. Like, sometimes it haunts me thinking about the way that I've texted when I was in my early 20s. I saw this thing that was like, I relate to nothing less than the version of me that made my Facebook statuses in 2006. Like,
yeah,
we evolve and we grow. And when I even see my Instagram captions from when I was like 23, 24, 25, 26 even, I'm like, oh, yikes, like, yikes, you know? And I'm like, man, we're like really blowing up these girls that are super fucking young, that are putting themselves out there in a way that they might not even agree with in 4 or 5 years, you know? My Can I Be a Bitch part is we shouldn't glorify them so quickly.
Valid.
Yeah, I guess that's the part of it that I'm like, you guys tone it down.
Yeah.
Like, your fandom doesn't need to come for other people. Like, it's so like, can everybody touch grass? So that's it for this week's episode.
Wow. What an episode.
What an episode. I feel like this episode, we gave you a lot of like Easter egg.
Our camera guy. Yeah,
We're not telling them.
It's going to be pretty obvious we were mid-sentence.
Oh, really?
I think we were like, yeah, and yeah. So like, how did we get here? If
you may or may not know.
While we're editing this, if you're hearing this, that means we were mid-sentence. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening. Like, subscribe, comment, tell us what you want us to talk more about. Talk to us. Talk sweet things. And we'll catch you guys next time.